is time once again for another patent recreation video where we make something that has never existed in the history of time because, as you can see here, this was patented in 1911, which is well after 1880, which was the last year for the requirement for patent models. So this was most likely never put into production. I have not found anything about it online, and I find it incredibly interesting. So it is a type of alligator wrench for tapered fasteners, or at least fastening something that's tapered, and then also just normal alligator action. I don't really know of any tapered fasteners, maybe funnels, tightened funnels on something. But at the very least, it does have 4 active sides of the jaw that you can use for, I guess, 4 separate longevity purposes. Now, in reading the specifics about this patent, it seems like this serrated jaw piece is one entire square body that rotates around a shaft, much like me at the strip club. Not only that, it is spring loaded, so this entire body here moves ever so slightly the distance of a spring washer that's embedded in here to, I guess, adjust to the proper engagement, as it so claims in the patent. I find that very interesting also. But what is the most interesting, I think, is how I would get this done, or how anyone would actually put this in production. It's definitely not simple. It's a simple design, but I think it's difficult in execution. So my plan is to create this cylindrical rod that the jaw rotates around separately and thread it into the main body of the wrench, and then either weld it or not weld it, and see how that performs. I have with me a massive chunk of 4140 steel. Should be totally adequate for the job. This is 12 inches, but we might only do 9, something more appropriate, and we'll follow this design as closely as I can. Probably a lot of hand filing and small adjustments with the belt sander, but it's going to be interesting. I'm going to do this part, the serrated jaw, with the metal planer, so if you've been waiting for me to use that, this is the video. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. Now, before the final shaping begins, I must inform you that I've already screwed up at least twice. First off, the serrations here do not line up on every side because I had to sharpen the cutter on the planer and didn't put it back at the right height. And since it's angled, the height is also the distance because of triangles. Therefore, it doesn't really line up. Not too noticeable. I'm not crying about it because it's only one face that's interacting at a time anyways. Each side is symmetrical though. Yay. Second part. I decided to drill this hole 5/8 even though it needs to be tapped and is now too large for my 5/8 taps, unfortunately. So I have the option of using an 11/16 tap in here, but the rod that's going in here does not have the appropriate die. So I will either need to purchase a die that is 11/16, or I can use this pipe thread. It's a 3/8 NPT pipe thread in there, and I do have the die for this that I can use for the rod that will be going in here. The rod is just going to be turned on the lathe, so I can kind of make it whatever size I want, and I think that should be fine. After that, it's just an insane amount of shaping and bandsaw cutting and belt sander action. So, just a quick update for you. Okay, so it works. It does what it's supposed to do. It does tighten tapered / conical fasteners, as well as just normal cylindrical things and nuts and bolts. I still have no idea why it needs to exist. I have never seen a cone-shaped fastener. If somebody out there knows, please tell me, because I am incredibly interested in why this even needs to exist in the first place. The fact that it's so ridiculous is why I love it. The process was really fun. This was not fun. I'm not really into doing this again by hand on the metal planer, but it's fine. It seemed to grab the little machinist jack here pretty tightly. Like I can barely spin this because it's all gummed up. So it definitely had a decent grip. And the idea of having that spring washer adjust, or I guess accept some of the force for the turning allows a tighter grip. That's an idea that I think is actually useful and would be useful for other pipe wrenches that are made currently. Regardless, I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this too. The heat treating was fine. I have no idea how I magically ended up between 45 and 50 Rockwell C with some of these, with just flame tempering and flame heat treating. Yay, that was just pure luck. So you might not have such luck if you attempt to make something like this in your own shop. You only need a milling machine, metal planer, metal lathe, belt grinder, large vise, hardness testing files, oxyacetylene torch, tap and die set, end mills, measuring calipers, and a large bowl of oil.